Fine, thank you.
Are y'all about ready to start?
Yeah, I was just double checking if we could for, I don't know if Perry Brown is on or not, because it looks like without him, I guess I'd make a quorum. I can vote to get us to the 6, but, there's.
I'm here. I'm here, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, so that goes from a tentative to a yes. And that gets us where we need. So, yes, ma'am, we're ready to start.
Okay, one moment.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, we are live.
Thank you. All right, good afternoon, everyone. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order of the MPO Policy Board for September the 8th, 2022 here at 2 o'clock p.m. And the first item, I'm sorry, to do the roll call vote, and so we'll start with that. John Dennis. John, are you on today? Okay, we'll move on. It said he was going to be on. We'll go ahead and move forward. Tracy Brown.
Present.
Larry Leverance.
I'm here.
Perry Brown. Perry, you're muted. Here. Thank you. Peter Bunder, Gary Henry, and Cindy are not going to be here today. Ben Murray.
Here.
Shane Spears. Shane, are you? Oh, there he's getting there, just arriving, it looks like. Shane, are you on now? We're calling roll.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Shane is here. All right, thank you, everybody. We do have a quorum. The next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the August 11th, 2022 meeting. Those have been communicated to you in your packets, and I would entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Are there any other corrections, changes, or Scribner's errors? Hearing none, we will conduct a roll call vote. Tracy Brown.
Aye.
Larry Leverance.
Aye.
Perry Brown.
Aye.
Ben Murray.
Aye.
Shane Spears.
Aye.
And to get to that 6th vote, I vote also, yes. All right, thank you, everybody. The next item on the agenda is Resolution T 22-12, a resolution to amend the 2022-2026 Transportation Improvement Program. And Doug will be presenting on that.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have received a request from the Indiana Department of Transportation to amend the TIP. And this time it only involves 2 projects, one of which is currently in the TIP. That one specific project is located on State Road 26 at County Road 900 East, and involves improvements at that intersection. The only change to this project is concerning the right-of-way phase, moving it from fiscal year 2022 to 2023. The second project is actually a new project, and this is on Special 52 or Sagamore Parkway, and it involves the westbound bridge over the Wabash River. If you remember, the bridge deck was recently replaced a few years ago. When that project was under construction, as noted in the staff report, there was some maintenance needed on the superstructure. And this project that is being programmed addresses those maintenance issues. Preliminary engineering is scheduled for this fiscal year, 2023, and construction the following year in 2024. The specific federal funding details and costs are in the staff report, as you can see. The Technical Transportation Committee did review this request at its last month meeting and did recommend approval. And likewise, APC staff is recommending approval. Are there any questions or comments?
All right, thank you, Doug. Hearing no questions or comments from the board, I will go ahead and conduct a roll call vote. Tracy Brown.
Aye.
Larry Leverance.
Aye.
Perry Brown.
Aye.
Ben Murray.
Aye.
Shane Spears.
Aye.
And I also vote yes.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. The next item, or the next group, is the APC progress report, and the first item on that is the MPO update. And the first one is regarding the SS4A grant application, and Doug will be handling that.
Again, good afternoon. As you may remember, last year there was a new infrastructure bill passed by Congress and signed into law. And with that new legislation, additional funds or new funds were actually added to the legislation. And this specific SS4R is Safe Roads and Streets. Safe Streets and Roads for All, which of course we have to have an acronym of SS4R or 4A. And basically these funds specifically address fatalities and incapacitating injuries on thoroughfares. We've had discussion about this earlier in this year, and not too long ago. Of course, we've been in discussion with the local jurisdictions and other agencies. We asked that them submit a proposed project list to us. We went through and looked at those projects and compared them to the guidance, and then also to our crash data that is in the various crash reports, the long-range transportation plan, and then also the bike and walk safety report or project program. And the one project that jumped out that checked all the boxes was the development of the proposed trail. And this trail was actually submitted by REC, and it would be constructing a new trail from where along North 9th Street, basically where it stops in Lafayette, around the Sagamore Parkway Bridge. And at that time, it was proposed as just going up Davis Ferry Park. So we threw out the idea and had some additional discussion with REC, with County Highway Department, and actually the DNR, Prophetstown State Park, to continue that trail further northward and northeastward and connected to Prophetstown State Park. So in essence, the application we will be submitting, and actually David, our executive director, is working on that application, would submit a project, and it would include constructing a hard trail from where basically it stops the north side of Lafayette all the way to the state park. In thinking about it, this makes great sense. It's a great project. We did have a bicycle fatality, unfortunately, on North 9th Street. Happened in 2013. So this checks that box in addressing that fatality. So the due date for that application is in a couple weeks, and David is actually working on it at this time. So are there any questions or comments?
All right, thank you, Doug, for that update. I don't believe we have to take any action on that at this time, so we'll go on to NDOT's E-Step. And Doug, you'll be explaining that also.
You remember back a few months ago, the Indiana Department of Transportation, their 2022 STIP was finally approved by the Federal Highway Administration and the Federal Transit Administration. And in looking at trying to prevent that very lengthy review and then improvements, the Indiana Department of Transportation has come up with this idea of actually putting together this new software package where not only us as the MPO, but other MPOs and the Indiana Department of Transportation will be able to share project data, whether it be local projects or state projects. And one part of this would be when we do amendments like we just did and modifications, we will be able to directly submit or put the information into this program, and then that will take it forward and NDOT can do their work. So it basically pulls out all of the additional stops, reduces the workload for a lot of people. And in essence, the goal is to help make our tip and the state STIP more exact, so they look the same, have identical information, and then a process in which we do amendments and modifications much more seamless. So that's in the works right now. We're having weekly meetings with NDOT staff and of course all the other MPOs. That started a few weeks ago, and at this point we're now working on it, having meetings weekly to develop this. We anticipate not having this process set up for this development. As a matter of fact, we'll be starting that next month, actually kicking off the development of the 2024 TIP. So basically, in another 2 years, we hope to have this process set up so that it'll make it much easier for us to develop TIP as well as NDOT develop their STIP. Fairly complicated, a lot of puzzle pieces to this, so I hope that's fairly clear. So if you have any questions, please ask.
All right, does anybody have any questions? All right, well, thank you for that. That sounds all very positive. All right, the next item on the agenda is also Doug, and it will be the NDOT 18-month letting list.
Yeah, we have a lot of information to pass on today with the list, and as you can see, Project 1 and 2, both located on US 231, and they are on this month's bid letting. Both of those projects are thin deck overlays. And I did double check this morning, and they are actually on the bid letting. So with our fingers crossed, hopefully they will be let for construction, and we'll find out that information next week. We do not have any projects for an October letting, but we do have several for a November letting. One I'd like to point out on US 231, project number 4. Those are auxiliary passing lanes. There will be 2 constructed here in Tippecanoe County, one directly south of roughly around 800 south, and one on the very south end of the county, I believe. And then looking further down, project number 7, the McCutcheon Pedestrian Safety Project. That is right now shows on a November bid letting, but just recently, actually earlier this week. That project was actually moved to a December bid letting. And the issue with that was just the completion of the right-of-way phase. Looking further down, project number 12, Yeager Road. As discussed last month, this project moved from an October bid letting to a January bid letting, and that's still looking as a go. And another project I'd like to point out, project number 15 on US 52. This is the construction of auxiliary lanes, whether they be XL, decel, or left turn lanes. That's on a March 2023 bid letting. I'm going to the second page. I'm sorry, I'm looking online. And it looks like that's different. I'm sorry, my apologies. I just noticed that. But anyway, I'll just briefly go over the projects. There are 5 new projects. 2 are on October 2023 bid letting, one on State Road 28, and one on State Road 25. And then 2 December 2023, one on State Road 38, one on State Road 26. And then actually we're looking out surprisingly January 2024. And this is the one that we just discussed in the TIP amendment, the Special 52 project. So I apologize. I just realized the what's shown on the screen is the incorrect report. So my apologies for that. Any questions or comments?
All right. Anybody have any questions for Doug? All right. Thank you, Doug. Next item on the agenda under quarterly reports is the quarterly project tracking summary. And Tim will be handling that.
Yes. So I did want to mention briefly that some of this information that is in the packet that was distributed is a little bit older information. Some of it is a little bit out of date. For example, it mentions the McCutcheon pedestrian safety project being on for November letting. As Doug said, we just found out that got moved back to a December letting. So did just want to mention that for the record. As far as other things that I wanted to point out, so for Tippecanoe County, both the Klondike and Lindbergh road projects are very close to the end of their life cycles. They're getting ready to be closed out, so we shouldn't be seeing too many more quarterly reports for them. I did also want to mention the River Road at 500 North project. We are anticipating construction for that to be completed by November. For Morehouse Road, this is a project that started as one phase and has been split into 2. Both phases of this are on track. We are still working with the County Highway Department to sort out some of the funding for each phase since we had to do this split. That process just takes some time, but it is something we are continuing to monitor. So Doug mentioned the Yeager Road project that had been moved to January, so just wanted to highlight that again. Initially it had been planned for I believe an October letting, but it did get moved back to January. So other than that, the last thing I wanted to point out for the county projects is that the next cycle of bridge inspections has started, but there are some delays in the reporting at the state level. So this is kind of on the back end, so to speak. Because of that, that does cause a temporary delay in getting information from the quarterly reports. So we might not see too much information in the next quarterly report that we get at our tech meeting in a couple months, but it is something that it is still on track. So just wanted to point out that even though a lot of information won't necessarily be available because of these delays on the back end, that things are still moving along with that project. So that is all for Tippecanoe County. Moving on to Lafayette, so I did want to mention about the right-of-way phase for the South 9th Street project. So this is the project where there were some questions about whether or not it would qualify as a historic neighborhood and how that might affect some of the environmental reporting and all of that. And those issues have been sorted out, and because of some of those delays, that did move the right-of-way phase back. But overall, the project should still be on track to let in fiscal year 2026. So It's definitely a lot of work to sort through those issues. So thank you to everyone who was involved with looking over that and keeping that project on track. And then moving on to West Lafayette, so I wanted to point out the Sagamore Parkway Trail Project. We do expect ground to be broken after Labor Day, so it should be starting any time now. I don't have an exact date for you. That's just the information that I had when we reviewed the reports. So for more specific information, I guess you can contact West Lafayette Engineering. But yeah, it looks like for the most part, everything is on track for our projects. So we're glad to see that. And at this time, I would be happy to take any questions.
All right. Do we have any questions for Tim? All right. Appears that you do not. So Tim, thank you for your report. The next item on the agenda is other business. Is there anything else to come before the board today? Okay. Have we received any citizen comment?
So at this time, we have no comments on Facebook or YouTube, but we should wait a minute to see. Okay, it's been 1 minute and there was no public comment.
All right, we have no public comment, so I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
All right. Take a roll call vote. Tracy Brown.
Aye.
Larry Leverance.
Aye.
Harry Brown.
Aye.
Ben Murray.
Aye.
Shane Spears.
Aye.
And I vote aye also. So we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. We'll put a few minutes back in your day.
Thank you so much. Thank you.